My name is Jasenia Perez. For those of you that have not come across my platform before, I own Redefined Consulting Agency. I work with business owners from small to medium size that generate $1 million in revenue plus a year, that have 1+ employees in their business. I help them in the areas of finance, accounting, human resource, and strategic marketing development. I focus on the operational structure of a business and the end line, which is the net profit. So if your company is not making money, you are not in business, and that is my logo. So we're here to make money. We're here to make profit. We're here to create longevity within the structure that it is developed for the business. And I hope you guys are having a great Wednesday so far. You guys are getting ready for the holidays, which is awesome. It's right about to hit us next week, and we're always enjoying that. So glad you are with me this morning. Today we're going to talk about the root of the business, the root of the structure that develops into what we put out in the market. And so I don't know if you haven't taken the time to do an auto analysis of what's going on in you, in your life, in your background, in your experience, in who you are, what you bring forth, what type of energy do you bring to the market. It's not only about the product, it's not only about the service, it's about who you are. And that is the root of any business. And that's what we want to talk a little bit about today. One of the things that I do when I'm coaching individuals is being able to lay out and define who that individual is, because in turn, it actually develops a standard or the roots of the business that can be developed to be the culture that you put out as the business continues growing. And let me explain this a little bit. So when we talk about the root of an individual as it's establishing the business, we're talking about your core values. We're talking about your characteristics. We're talking about your energy. We're talking about your skills. We're talking about your expertise. We're talking about your background, what you bring forth, and that is the root of any business. Now, if you are an extrovert, high energy with a master's or a PhD in your line of work, you bring a different set of skills to the table that set the atmosphere of the type of people that you want around you in order to be prosperous in everything that you do. Now, if you are an introvert with an education in a certain area, you know exactly what you want to bring to the table. You have the expertise, you have the education, but you're an introvert, you're more low key, then the atmosphere of what you bring to the table is different. And how do people perceive that is through the culture that you proclaim, that root that you structure for the business. And that's exactly what we're here to define. We're here to push you or encourage you to take the time to actually sit and write down those things that define you as the business owner. You currently are the sole proprietor. You are the 51+ shareholder of the business. You are the one holding the decision making of the business. Furthermore, that makes you the lead, that makes you the CEO, that makes you the chief executive officer of your business. And because of this, the reflection of who you are comes forth in the business itself. So it is very good to be able to define what are your strongholds and what are your weaknesses in order to know that on those weaknesses that you have, you might have to outsource help in order to continue progress in your business. But in your strength, you can definitely bring them up to light, and that will definitely incentivize the growth and the impact that you have in the market with everything that you do. So again, who you are and defining your skill sets, defining your personality, defining your characteristics really defines what, again, your strongholds are and what your weaknesses are in that business. But it also brings a culture into the business. If you are a very high energy, very driven type of person, the first people that you're going to outsource work with in order to continue pushing forth your business cannot be introverts. Why? Because they will deplete your energy, and you have already have all of this energy. And you got to look at it this way. It is like having a full glass of water and a half full glass of water, right? And so you are the full glass of water. You are the high energy. You are the driver. You know exactly what your business represents. You know exactly what your product puts forth. You know exactly what your service is bringing to the table. And now you have to outsource the work to an individual that is a half glass type of person. And what happens is your business is already depleting. It's already pulling away from that water. It's already vaporizing, right? That water, because of the high energy that you bring to the table, it's already depleting that water from your cup, because you got a lot to do. You got a lot to put forth. You got a lot to create, a lot to impact with, a lot to put, a lot to bring to the table. So you're already in that creative, decision-making, mover, impact kind of atmosphere, where you have to take this person that is half full, and you have to constantly be pushing water that from your cup into his cup in order to make sure that he runs at a level that is satisfactory to what you need as you're building your business. So this is why it's so important that in the root of your business, you take the time to analyze what characteristics you bring to the table. What are your skills? What is your energy level like? What is your personality like? I am this is me. I am highly driven. I am highly energetic. I am a D personality from the DISC. I am a D personality. I am a 99% D personality, which means I am very driven. I am a decision maker. I am a driver, and that's what that analysis does for you. It really defines what your skill sets and personality lay at. I am that type of person. So for me to work with another individual, I really need that individual to also be a driver, to also be a pusher, to also be a decision maker, to also be a mover and a shaker. Why? Because I am lifting, I am starting, I am building my business. Once my business is built, definitely I can have a variety of skills along the different job responsibilities that I'm building for my business, right? I need that good balance between characteristics and personalities and skills at the table, because I cannot have a very high driven, energetic type group with me all the time, because that then definitely distorts, right, the end result of the business. Now you can have a good set of skills balancing out all of those job responsibilities that you have. But when starting off, you really need to define and understand where you stand to know what kind of people you want to work with in order to bring your business to the next level. So that's part of the roots, right? The other part of the root, and you know that when you look at a tree, the tree has various roots just digging into the ground in order to sustain whatever is going to build, right? Whether it's an apple tree, whether it's an orange tree, whether it's a pine, whether it is a magnolia tree, whatever it is, the roots kind of define how wide, how tall, and how heavy this tree is going to be. So the stronger your roots are, the better your business will be, the greater the longevity that you put forth for the business. Furthermore, also, the better decisions that you will make in order to impact your business from the profit standpoint. And that's my areas of expertise. I always like to drive everything to, is it making money? Are you leaving money at the end of the month, every month, in order to increment the value of your business? That being said, let's go back to the roots. So Again, defining who you are is a piece of that root. Defining what skills, characteristic, personality, expertise, background, experience, education, that's really what you bring forth, right? And so with that being said, with that being created, then you start building another root of your business that defines the center, right? It really defines the center of your business. And that is what I like to call the strong roots of your business, which is the core values. What are those core values that represent who you are, that represent your brand in the market, and that represents the service or product that you're bringing forth to those that are acquiring from you? It is very important to have this defined, and the reason why I say this is because you don't want to be, if you don't want to be known a certain way, if you don't want to be perceived in the wrong way, you need to make sure that the core values of what represents you are definitely defined in your business. And I can tell you some of the core values that you can bring forth in your business is something like honesty, stability. My core value could be I'm engaging, I'm empowering, I bring sustainability, right? And then sustainability can be in different ways, right? Your service can be a service of sustainability, but also your product can be a product of sustainability, or your business can be built on sustainability, right? So it depends on where you're guiding it to, or it can guide all three aspects. But the idea behind this is that these core values definitely are the root, the stronghold of the business. Again, they come, and the first step is defining who you are, defining what you bring to the market, defining what is your personality, and from that you want to build upon that stronghold, which are the core values of the business. Why do I say this? This is another branch to those roots, and it is looking at it this way. Once you build who you are, you know what you bring to the table, you know what makes you unique, what stands you above everything, what makes you stand out in the market. You bring that to the business and create that as your stronghold, creates that as your center root, that is your core values of the business. It then helps you branch out to better and more eloquently speak about the vision and the mission of your business. Right? These are like just strands out, and the vision and the mission of your business can always be changeable. I could have a vision for the next 3 to 5 years, and then I can have a long-term vision of 10 years, and then from here to 3 years, I can revisit my long-term vision and say, hey, I really seen a different move in the market. I've seen some social, political, environmental implications that kind of drive me in a different direction. I should tweak the way that I approach my market. So my end goal will not change, because my end goal is to have this service or product, this business, this empire created. But the vision on how I'm going to get there can change. That blueprint can change for you. And it could be that now my short to long-term goals change along the way. So these are definitely branches that keep on growing and expanding, and they're ever changing along the way. And your mission, if your mission is to impact a certain market, it will always be there. It will always be that strand that will be entangled, right? Entangled, making sure that there is no way you're going to move away from that. So again, roots, we got you. You are the creator of that seed that's planted in the ground. You are the first sprout of what is about to happen from the business perspective, from you, from who you are, you create then the center, which is your core values. From those core values, then they spread out to implement what the vision and the mission of the business will be. Now, once you have those things put into play, now in the short term, you might say, no, I'm going to be a sole proprietor for this period of time, right? And I don't need to worry about the outsourcing, the freelancing, or employees. But you never know. You never know where your next step is going to be. You never know where your breakthrough is going to happen. You never know when that door is going to open, when that window is going to open, and blessings are just going to come over your way, right? So because you don't know, you are then preparing yourself with an extra route that I always try to bring to the table and make sure that my entrepreneurs, that my business holders literally sit down and think about this, okay? This is as important as defining who you are. And it is defining the kinds of people that you need, what they will be doing, and how that their way of working will develop in the business, right? And we set this by I create a questionnaire with my entrepreneurs. We create a questionnaire to define what type of personality, what type of skills, what type of background, what type of education I want to bring on board to work with me. I have defined who I am. I have defined who I need at what level that I am in business. Now I need to define, once I'm at that level, to bring that employee on board, what do I need from that employee? What are the things that I could outsource, and what are the things that I need to be working with me hand in hand? Okay, those are two things that are very different too. Some things will need to be outsourced, like your accounting services, your payroll services, your benefit services, your legal services, your insurance coverages, your warranties. Those things will be outsourced to a third party that owns their business. They know exactly what they're doing in this field. They have years of experience, and they can actually be your collaborative partner in your business in these things that it's their specialty, right? But from the day-to-day activity, do you need somebody to manage your social media? Do you need somebody to work on structural development? Do you need somebody to help you with your supply chain? Do you need somebody to help you with packaging, with handling the product? Do you need somebody to check the quality of the product? Do you need somebody to test drive, to do case studies, to do in the market sales? You know, those things, these people need to be working hand in hand with you. And those are the ones that are not outsourced. Those are the ones that become either your freelance or your W-2 employees. And W-2 employees can be either at part-time contract or long-term, which is the full-time perspective. Now, these people that work hand in hand with you, because you need to collaborate with them in a more just efficient manner, I would say, that they don't really know your business. You're teaching them your business. You're teaching them your core values. You're teaching them how you want your business to be branded out in the market with what they say, how they present themselves, how they speak to others, right? Those things are then so important for you to then build. That is a root of the business. This is something that you need to really take the time and build upon that. Make disclosures on what they can say, what they cannot say. It's not only about who you want to work with from the education, expertise, background perspective, is how they speak, how they move, how do they present themselves, what type of energy do they bring to the table. So when you are not around and they are the ones speaking and writing and acting acting on behalf of the company, they are representing you and the core values of your business. So those are the things that I work that's actually in my business growth roadmap coaching platform. We begin developing these areas that help any startup or any person that hasn't reached that $1 million in revenue a year to really develop these areas that help them identify how they are presenting their business in the market. Because for these roots, this core, this stronghold that you are building is definitely how you will be perceived in the market as you are speaking, as you're approaching, as you're selling your product and your services. So you want that to be well defined, and you want that anyone that comes to work with you or for you can also represent that as they are speaking about your business and your brand. So again, like I said, I work with this with my business growth roadmap coaching platform. It is open. It is a one-on-one. I sit down with individuals every week for an hour. I sit with you. You have worksheets that we go through. We have questionnaires. We have surveys. We have case studies that we go through in order for you to develop the blueprint of your business. I strongly believe that when we have a really clear and defined blueprint of what we want our business to look like, work like, and continue actively impacting the market like, you will definitely grow a lot better and a lot faster. It will help you definitely step into more of the in-depth structure of the business, which is how you cost and how you operate your business in order to impact the bottom line, which is your net profit. That's a different coaching platform that I have, which is my Path to Profit, what CEOs know that you don't, which has to do with structure, which has to do with strategic development, and it also has to do with costing. That definitely leads you into a path where you can go from zero to whatever your goal is on your end of the month net profit month over month, to have profitable years that will bring value to your business, that will ultimately create that cash flow or that bloodline that you need in your business. That's how I call cash flow. Cash flow is the lifeblood of the business, and the CEO is the heartbeat of the business. So if you are a powerful CEO and you have a good profit operating system, you will have a good lifeline to your business. So that's what I had to share with you today. I don't want to take more of your time. You know that I'm here for you. Send me a messenger, book, right here on Facebook. You can go to my website, which is redefineconsultingagency.com. You can book your discovery meeting there, or you can go to Honeybook, and that is honeybook.com, and look for Redefine Consulting Agency, and you can book your free discovery meeting there. You have 30 minutes of my time where we can talk about not only the structure, but the strategic development and outcome of your business, get you from zero to wherever your end goal is, make you a 6 to 7 figure type of business with a 10 plus net profit on a month over month basis, which is an amazing target to have, by the way. And I'm talking from the financial standpoint right there. And I would love to talk to you. So book some time with me, send me your questions, leave me your notes, help me continue sharing the word out there. Let them know that I am here to support your business and continue empowering you to make better, stronger, with more impactful decisions for your business. So have a great day, Enjoy your Wednesday, and I will see you next Wednesday right here as we continue to talk about the other aspects of the business that can ultimately impact how you grow and structure your business in a very strong foundation to create longevity. So, bye-bye. I'll see you later.